Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I'm here with Create With Me. I'm trying to kind of clean up my craft room. When I make journals, it gets really a mess. I don't put anything away where it belongs. I kind of take everything that's left over and pile it in a box. And then you have to go through the box and clean it out because you've got themed items and, you know, bits and pieces and elements and whatever that you've cut, and just you have to put it all away. So I was in the middle of doing that and it was kind of getting boring. So I thought I would create something on camera. I did one earlier and it's made out of these little cellophane bags that I get. And they're normally, you know, like stapled and folded and whatever. And so anyways, what I did with this one was I created just a front. I glued it on and then I created a matching tag for it. And these are my lace and embroidery digitals. And then just put a little tag on it. I didn't over decorate it or give it a real focal point because I thought this was pretty enough, and I'm not sure what journal it's going to go in. But I thought today that I would make excuse me, I would make one out of Artie Mays has some freebies on her Ko-fi, and I thought that something out of here might be pretty. This blue I love. And I'm making a journal that's going to be kind of a neutral, and it's going to be made out of a bag packaging, that, you know, craft type of thing. So I thought I might use this as a front, and I need to find another piece of paper to add some trim. But anyway, so that's what I thought we'd do. So I'm going to take 2 bags and put them aside, put the rest of these aside. And what I did is I just, I had a piece and then I added 2 little edge pieces. So, I'm going to get my cutter. And I want to kind of measure the width of this. I don't remember what it was. It looks to be 3 3/4. And so let's do, I'll put this one aside. So we want to do some 3 3/4, and I was kind of thinking that, I don't know, one of these might be good, if, you know, to keep it neutral. But let's see where it takes us. 3 3/4. There's 3 3/4 would be about right here. Let's see. Oh, we could use that maybe. I'm going to cut it a little bigger. And lengthwise, I'm going to trim this side off, but lengthwise, depending on how far up I want it to go, it looks like I could cut this off, key to the, or leave it on, I'm not sure. Let's, I'm going to cut maybe into the middle of this. Or, let's see, I'm going to put this. We can trim this too if it hangs over or whatever, we're not sure. I think that'll be good. I want it to be just a little shorter because I like the idea of having some sort of, you know, a different paper as a bottom and or top, if you know what I mean. So there's one, and if I cut top off. Oh, I think that'll be good. Okay. Now I'm going to use papers that are from my, from this mess that I should be putting away. And I'm going to find something that somewhat matches this. This is all papers that I need to put away or do something with. And I want something that kind of matches this. Oh, I think I like that. So I think we're going to use that. And I want to get, it needs to be this size, but I want to kind of capture some part of the floral or something. Maybe this would work. So if I put this here, then it looks like I'm going to need a piece that is three-quarters of an inch. So we want 3/4 of an inch. And which side should we use? Maybe this side. So there's an inch. So let's do 3/4 of an inch. Yep. Okay. Well, I think that'll be nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is move this blue ones out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And because it's a bag, we're not going to be able to really sew through it. So we want to make sure that it glues all the way to the edges. Okay. And then I want this one to just barely overlap it like this. This top one to do the same. I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. Now I want to leave about the same amount of bag on the top and the bottom. I don't know why, I'm just kind of anal like that. Okay, that's pretty neutral, huh? Then I'm just going to make sure that it's all pressed down. And I'm going to turn it over and trim the edges without trimming the edge of the bag. There's that. There's a little on the other side as well here. Okay. I like it. Now what we want to do is make a tag to match it. So I really am loving this paper here. So what if we make a tag out of that? So we want our tag. So I'm going to look for some leftover cardboard or cardstock that I might have in this stack. Oh, you know what? I think I do have it in this stack of paper. And we want to make it, I think we said 3.5. So we want to make it about 3.25, maybe. Let's see if we hang this over here. 3.25. Let's try 3.25. And we can even back it. Okay. So we want about 3.25, so 3.25 by, let's actually just tuck it down in there so we can see 3.25 by, and we want it just to barely stick up here. So if I get my pencil and I know if I cut it just shy of that mark, we should be good. Okay. Now what I want to do is glue this onto this paper. Trying to think of what edge I like the most. Okay, well, kind of like this. So I'm gonna know that I need to glue it on this corner. And this we're gonna go ahead and sew. So I do want to glue it well, but I'm gonna sew it, so if it's not perfect, we're okay. Okay, and I'm gonna lay this on this corner. And I'm going to cover this in copy dyed paper or neutral paper as well for backing. If this was a single-sided cardstock, you wouldn't have to do that. But it's not. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it with scissors. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay. I want this to be the top of our tag. Now, I want some neutral colored paper, so I'm going to go, I have a bag of pieces that I use for backing. That's right here. And because this is kind of creamier color, I don't want to go with white. I want to make sure that I go with like an off-white. So let's pull out some pieces that are more ivory or off-white to back it with. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them first. So I just want them as wide as the tag. I don't care if it has a fold in it. We're going to glue it down anyway, so. I tend to sit that way because my sewing machine's over there, and it's really easy to just turn. So everything in my video looks like it's over here. Anyways. Okay, let's go ahead and put these on, and then that'll give us a good idea about where we're at. Remember, we're going to sew it, so I'm just going to overlap them just a smidge. My grandson called me. I think if you watched, you know he's in Japan working, and he's planning a trip home. He has a winter break from work there, and his wife is here. She was there for a while and then came back to go to school, and so he's coming back over the Christmas holiday, and we're trying to coordinate, like, get his ticket, because you know he has to get money transferred, like from yen to dollars and all that kind of stuff. And anyways, he had called me the other morning because we're 15 hours difference, and I missed his call because I had an appointment. And so anyways, he just messaged me and said, oh, I just wanted to tell you I got my ticket or whatever. So I called him this evening, and he was on his way. He actually lives in a very small village and teaches English as a second language at the junior high school. So he has like first level and second level kids learning English. And but he lives in a very small village, and they have a grocery store, but it's small. And he can't get all the different things that he likes. So he was on his way. When I first went to video chat him on Messenger, he said he was on the train, and give him a few minutes. He was traveling to another city because he wanted to get I guess you get these like stamps, like he has a book, and every time you go to one of the train station areas or whatever it is, you get a stamp, and people collect them, I guess. I don't know. Tell you where you traveled in the country and stuff. So he was going to a city that he hadn't been. And so once he got off the train, he still had a 25-minute walk to this, I don't know, it looked like a like a service stop, kind of. I don't know what it, but anyways, they have, it's like a grocery and different market things there. He was going to get ramen and get his stamp and whatever, I don't know. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and clip the corners here. I might have made it too wide, I'm not sure. If I did, we can just trim it down. Let's see, better check it, huh? Oh no, we didn't. Okay, that'll be perfect. Oh, that'll be nice. Okay, I like it. Okay, but I don't want to do anything else to it until I sew it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this aside. And we're going to go ahead and get the blue one done. And that way I can sew them and come back and show you how it looks. So the blue one, find my blue papers. And we want to pick a paper that we like. Oh, that would have been pretty too. Well, these are the same. No wonder I like it. I was looking at it going, oh, I really like it. But you know what? These make good pages. So maybe what I want to do is pick one that goes up and down. These are from Artie Mays, and she offers these in her Ko-fi. They're free downloads. So maybe I'll do one of these that go up and down. Kind of like this right here where this bird is, and then I don't need to have anything different, do I? Can we get almost the whole cup on there, maybe? Okay, I'm going to mark this. Oh, I hate to cut right into there. That might be pretty on the tag, huh? Okay, I'm going to mark this that I want to go. I'm going to try and catch all the blue that's in here. So if I do that, then I want to go here. And I want to go here. So let's try cutting that and see how we make out. I'm going to go somewhere around here. I'm going to see how far I cut into there. Okay, that's good. We did good. And then we want to go about there. Okay, and we'll keep this maybe for the tag. Okay, I want to go, yep, almost to the edge. So I'm going to cut just into that color, just a hair. Good. And then I think I'm going to cut it right here. We'll see what we got. Instead of putting like an edging on it, maybe we'll just not. Or I do have like washi, so maybe I could go like this. Yeah. Do that. Get all this out of here. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, that looks kind of pretty, huh? And let's see if we have anything that would match that in our junk. But you know what? I have washi tape that might. So give me just a minute and let me see if I have washi tape that would be something a little different, but we could put over that. This is like faux washi, not regular washi, faux washi that I have made. See if we have anything in here that looks like it might go. Ooh, I wish I had more of that one. I do have blue and white polka dot though. Here. I think I like both of those. So we're going to do that. Just let me make sure before I make that my final decision. Oh, I have blue and white polka dot in both. But I think I kind of like one and then the other. So I think that's what we're going to do. And these, I made the faux washi with, and it's got double back tape on it. Double-sided tape. And some of them are pieces of paper that are left over. Some are ones like these that I actually drew on. Okay, let's see what we got. So I'm thinking that we want to go ahead and put this down, and we'll put the washi just over the top and just over the bottom, but I want to cut a little bit more off this bottom, I think. I better do it with the cutter because I'm not real good. But I want to keep as much of the blue on there that I can. So let's cut that piece off. Okay. Remember, we can't sew this because it's a bag, so we have to make sure that our glue goes all the way to the edges. Okay. And make sure I have it going in the right direction, and I want to make sure I have about the same amount of margin at top and bottom. Trying to get it on straight. Okay, there. I've got a Okay, that's pretty. And then we're going to just go ahead and peel this off. We like it. Oh, I like it. Would have been maybe a little nicer if it hadn't been on clear, if it had been on a white label or white paper, but I like it. Okay, now we got to trim this, and I got to get in the light so I can see where I don't cut the bag. Okay. All right. This one can go back in our tape envelope. Okay. Now we want to make our tag, which I think we can make out of the same piece. Have to just make it see where I have to cut it. And this was a little harder to get in. So once we cover it, it's going to be a little thicker. So I'm going to trim it down just a hair, so it's not as wide. Okay, and then we want to take that piece of paper that had the bird on it. Oh yes, that'll be good. And I am going to glue this maybe up to there. So remember, this one we are going to sew, so we don't have to be quite as perfect. See if I can see where that bird is, the bird's head. I think I want it to go right around there somewhere. Thank you, Artie Mays, for the freebies. Oh, I was talking about my grandson. So anyways, my grandson's coming home over the Christmas holiday. His, you know, I'm in Florida. His mother-in-law is on the west coast of Florida. I'm on the east coast. So he'll fly into Orlando, and then they'll pick him up, and he'll spend time over there, and like through Christmas I think they want to go to Tampa and do some different things, him and his wife, and then they'll come over here to see our side of the family. So we'll have a little after Christmas time with him, with my daughter and my son and my granddaughter and whatever. Okay, so we want to trim this tag. Oh, I could have backed it and then cut the corners, but either way, I think this will be fine. Okay, we want to get our bag that has our neutrals. These are all like the bottoms of book pages and stuff. And leftover papers, but like this is the bottom of a book page or a side of a book page or something. So I, excuse me, when I use the tear ruler, I just save them. Anyway, so I'm excited. I haven't seen him in, it'll be over a year, because he left last November, I think. And then his wife went over like just after Christmas. And she stayed through April, but she enrolled in school over here. So she's been working and going to school over here. And they planned that he would come back once and then he'll go back to Japan and she'll go over and visit once, and then they'll have to make a decision whether he's going to stay over there and she's going to go, or they're going to move back here. I'm not sure what their plan is. Let's get some of these glued. But anyways, it'll be exciting to see them. You know, it's really pretty remarkable how we can video chat. I mean, I remember when my kids were little and I was trying to communicate with my sister. I was in Florida, she was in New York. You know, long distance costs money, so you talked only after 11. And when I went to school, I got a basic computer, because it was actually, honestly, it was cheaper than getting a typewriter to do my papers and that. And signed up for Wi-Fi, and we had free phone calling. It was called Free Cell, I think it was at the time. No video, but at least you could talk on the phone for free on the computer. Anyways, it just amazes me how far we've come, that now, you know, you can see everybody every day if you wanted. I mean, I don't, but I mean, I would if I could. But people do have busy lives, unlike me, who is retired. But anyways, it just amazes me how far we've come. So anyways, that'll be nice. By the time you see this video, Hurricane Helene or whatever will have been over. And being on the East Coast, you know, we didn't expect to get much of anything, but boy, did we get winds and some rain. But I was out all night last night getting leaves out of my pool because they get stuck down in the drain. Excuse me. And then when the pump comes on, it can't run, and it runs like dry, which will blow up your motor. You know, it'll seize your motor. So I was out there all night long, me and the puppies, heading out, trying to keep the leaves out of there. And I like fell asleep at, I don't know what time it was, 4 o'clock or something. Something like that. And at 6 o'clock when the pump came on, it was running dry. There were that many leaves already back in there in just a couple hours. So it was windy. But we are fine. My girlfriend who was up in Live Oak didn't fare out quite as well, but they are all alive and, you know, doing okay. More property damage than, you know, no physical damage to people, which, you know, you just pray for that you don't lose your house. It looked to me like her screen porch kind of came off or was blown apart or something. and lots of branches down in her yard. And they were without power, so feel bad for her. But again, she messaged me this morning, I don't know what time it was, about 8 o'clock, and said alive. So she was pretty scared last night. She said she had never heard anything so scary, the wind. It was so loud. And I've been through it, so I know it is pretty scary. I just have to cover this. I think I might be able to just do it with these pieces right here. Let's see if we can. Yes, I think we can. But anyways, it is pretty scary. She said that it was, well, we all knew it was a Category 4, but she said it hit her. She was just outside the eye, which is probably worse than being in the middle of it. And it was 140-mile-an-hour winds. So just freaky. And she couldn't very well leave and go somewhere else because she has animals and her sister's not well. And she, you know, lives on the property, and so she had to take her in. Her daughter is got 2 kids, and her daughter's husband is away working. So they didn't want to, you know, leave her there with the kids by herself. So they stuck it out. Luckily, her husband, who is a truck driver, got back. Okay, so we've got this. Let's see how it looks. Oh, I love it. And we'll put a topper on it, but I don't want to do that again until we sew. So, put these away, and we have 2 tags that we need to sew. And I'm going to go ahead over to the sewing machine, get them sewn up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and sewed around these tags. And then I went ahead and picked a piece of material that I thought would match for a topper. This one I picked a black and white. And then I just put a little line of glue on either side so I could take it over to the machine and sew it. Okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've got them both sewn on. I think they look cool. This would be a great, I don't know, what do they call it? A mask make. It would be so easy. But look how pretty. Then I'm not sure if I'm going to do a theme journal or not, so I'm not going to put a focal point on the bag or the tag of either one. This one I don't think needs a focal point. We may want to put something on here. But look how pretty those are. So these are the 2 we just did. This was the one I did prior, and I hope you give it a try. They were fun. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you could leave me a comment, it really helps my channel, and it helps introduce you to me and lets us interact a little bit. I really appreciate it. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video, everybody. Bye-bye.